Hey everyone, Justin from Pedersen Bicycle Services here, and today I'm bringing a vintage classic back to life. A 1983 Bianchi Nuovo Race 12. I've always had a soft spot for this Celeste green vintage bike from Bianchi. There's something special about just the craftsmanship, the lug work, and the unmistakable Celeste green that modern bikes just cannot replicate. When I spotted this on Marketplace, I knew it needed to ride again. This Bianchi has clearly been loved. Minimal rust, mostly complete, some of the original components. What we're looking at is a solid foundation that just needs a little time, a lot of patience, and a whole lot of cleaning. The plan is simple. We'll strip it down to the frame, clean and polish every part, rebuild it from the ground up, and get it rolling again. Get into it. We're going to start with this assembly. Now most of this bike has already been partially torn down by the previous owner, so we'll finish the job. Everything else needs to come off. Cranks, we got the saddle, seat post, and the handlebars. All the way to the bare frame. Now that it's stripped down, time for a lot of elbow grease. Let's get scrubbing. I start with a gentle degreaser in warm water, just enough to lift dirt without harming the paint. For polishing, I use a mild compound followed by an automotive base wax. The goal is not perfection, it's about preservation. We're keeping the character and we're losing the grind. This frame is looking spectacular. The wax really brought back that deep Celeste green. Bianchi really knew how to paint a bike. Next up, we got all the components. I cleaned everything in a mild degreaser, rinsed, dried, and polished with aluminum compound. Anything with grit or oxidation went right into the ultrasonic cleaner. Each Campanola derailleur got full attention, completely disassembled, cleaned, polished, re-greased, and reassembled. These derailleurs were pretty slow and sticky, but after a proper clean and rebuild, they move like brand new. Now that we got everything cleaned, time for assembly. The headset comes first. I use a press to seat the cups evenly. Alignment is key here. Once the cups are in, I grease the bearing races and install the fork. That's really when it starts looking like a bike again. Next, we go with the seat post and the saddle. This Sella Italia Turbo saddle just screams classic Italian. It fits this build perfectly. The bottom bracket gets packed with fresh grease and torqued. Cranks go on next. Pedals installed, and this is really starting to take shape. For the cockpit, I use the original quill stem and drop bars. A dab of grease inside the quill helps it come out next time. I love how these narrow bars give it that tight, racy profile. Next, the dual pivot calipers. I cleaned and lubed each pivot point before reinstalling. Always align your pads to the rim, not the tire, and make sure both sides move evenly. These down tube shifters are pure nostalgia. No click indexing here. Just feel and finesse. A bit of grease on the pivot keeps the movement smooth. We got the cables routed and tensioned. These friction shifters, it's all about patience. A quarter turn at the barrel makes a world of difference, so don't go too crazy with it. I went with gumwell tires to match this vintage look. Nothing finishes off classic like that touch of tan sidewall. And after all that work, here it is. The 1983 Bianchi Nuovo Race 12, polished, tuned, and ready to roll. There's a certain magic to bikes like this. The weight, the feel, the simplicity. Every part tells a story, and now it's ready for another chapter. Thank you for following along on this restoration. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps me out, especially as I'm just starting out with this process. Next up, I got a handful of other bikes, some vintage, some not, but I'll be posting some videos about how that all goes. Until next time, remember, love the ride you have and keep it rolling. Thanks everyone.